So let's do a couple of kind of warm-up exercises to help you understand a little bit better about how to engage into those shoulder stabilizers. So what I'm going to stand up. You can stay seated if you want, or you can stand up, whatever works. And what you'll do, you can hold your weights if you like. You don't have to. And I want you to just shrug your shoulders up into your ears. And this is kind of where we always live. We're always kind of tense. We're in computer mode, etc. So we do not want to be like this during this workout. So I want you to pull your shoulders down, draw your shoulder blades together like you're squeezing a pencil between them, and hold. And then release. So you can see when I did that, it also opened up my chest as well. So again, shrug your shoulders up, and now press them down, pull the shoulder blades together and back, and then release. So anytime I give you that cue, pull your shoulders down, draw the shoulder blades together. You really want to try to squeeze like you're trying to crack a walnut back there. You're trying to squeeze a pencil between it to activate into those stabilizers. We'll do one more. So shrug the shoulders up, pull them down, draw them together, and just hold this for a second. And I want you to just gently pump your arms like so. And if you've been doing these workouts with me for the last couple of weeks, this is the movement for your 100. And I want you to feel like you're moving your arms from your back. So this isn't a forearm or a bicep exercise or a wrist exercise. Feel like you're pumping the arms from your upper back. And that's where the work should be, okay? And you can stop. So when we get to the 100, when you hear that cue, draw the shoulder blades together, move your arms from your back. That's what I am getting at with that. And then let's do one other little exercise here. I'm going to come to my knees. You can stay upright. I just want you to be able to see my arms completely. So I'm going to bring my arms up to the ceiling. Again, I'm going to do it the wrong way first and then the right way. So we're going to shrug the shoulders up into the ears, and then we're going to pull the shoulders down and together. So notice that my arms stay straight. I did not bend my elbows to a goalpost. So keep your arms straight. Just try, I'll do it from the side as well, to activate into that upper back. So shoulders shrug up into your ears, that's the no-no, and then pull the shoulder blades down like you're trying to pull them down into your back pockets. And we'll do one more. Shrug the shoulders up, and then draw the shoulders down. And that in itself should feel like a lot of work, just to kind of subtly pull the shoulder blades down your back. So any cues I give you for the rest of this workout, just keep your shoulders from getting up in your ears. That's the biggest thing you can do to be successful with this. I'm just going to check my nose. Everybody looks good. Okay, so let's stand up and we'll do our roll down that we do at the beginning and the end of the workout, just to kind of see where we are flexibility-wise, to find your 3 core connections, and to stand taller. So we're going to stand in Pilates stance, which is heels together, toes about a fist width apart. And I want you to squeeze your heels tight to activate your glutes. That's step 1 of finding your core. Your butt is part of your core. Step 2, and the second part of your core, is your inner thighs. So draw your inner thighs together and up, and keep that tight. Step 3, into your abs we go. So I want you to draw your belly button in and up 2 inches. That just makes you stand taller, and then it engages into your big transverse abdominis muscle to strengthen that. So keep those 3 things on, and bring your arms out and up to the ceiling. Check your shoulders here, so make sure you didn't just go right up into your ears. Anchor them down towards your back pockets. Bring your chin to the chest. Round yourself down, and try not to let those shoulders go up into your ears again, and hold. Make a mental note of your fingertips. By the end of the hour, you should be lower to the floor. Tighten your butt, inner thighs again. Draw your navel to your spine. Roll back up, keeping the shoulders out of the ears again. Keep them anchored. And then press your arms down and stand even taller. And we'll get going with the workout. So we're going to start with our fundamentals, lying on your back on the mat. And let's go. Go ahead and lie down. The first thing we're going to do is our rib cage arms, which again is a fundamental, but it plays into tons of different exercises as we move through this next hour. So lie down, knees bent, feet flat. Arms are going to come straight up to the ceiling. Again, make sure you're not gripping your weights. You've got your fingers long. It's like you're shooting energy out to the ceiling. Now, right away, it's easy to just kind of let your shoulders pop off the mat, but I want you to soften and anchor your shoulder blades down into the mat, and all the way, right away, just try to feel like you're squeezing that pencil between your shoulder blades so that you're really engaging those stabilizers. draw your stomach in, try to squeeze your butt, and bring your arms back by your ears, but don't lower them any further than your ears, and come back up to the ceiling. So do not bring your arms all the way to the mat. That's what I'm getting at. Arms go back by your ears, and you stop right where you can see your elbows and your periphery, and then try to slide your shoulder blades down your back even more, and bring your arms back up to the ceiling. So it's very subtle. As your arms go back, pull the shoulder blades down your back, and bring the arms up again. So this is just a chest and shoulder opener and a good strengthener as well. Arms go back, your stomach stays in, your back stays on the mat, arms come up. Last one, arms go back, draw your stomach in, sink your ribs down, and bring your arms back up. And then lower them down by your side. Next up are neck curls. If you have neck issues, sit this one out. We're only going to do a few reps. Otherwise, we want to strengthen our upper abs with this one. So curl your chin to your chest and curl up off the mat. Your arms can float up by your hips and feel like you're trying to slide again the shoulder blades down into your back pockets and roll yourself back down to the mat. So again, chin to the chest, curl up, reach your arms long. You'll hear that cue a lot. The more you reach your arms long, the more the shoulder blades anchor into your back, and roll back out. For 2 more, curl up, pull the navel to your spine, grow your arms long, roll it back out. And last one, curl up, pull the shoulder blades to your back pockets, pull your stomach in, sink your ribs down, and roll back out. And we'll go into our lower ab fundamentals. So with this, I'm going to start getting into some coordination where we're moving the arms and legs together and doing all sorts of fun stuff. So if you feel a little uncoordinated, it's okay. Luckily, I can't see you, so don't worry. Just do the best you can. So arms are going to go straight up to the ceiling and anchor your shoulder blades into the mat. Again, feel like you're trying to squeeze the walnut between them and pull your stomach in at the same time. You're going to float your left leg about a foot off the mat and hold. And now lower that down. Hinge at the hip, float the right leg off the mat, and draw your stomach in more, lower down. So we want to feel our lower abs working to float the leg off the mat, draw your belly in, and lower it down. Keep your back anchored. Leg floats up, leg lowers. Now, to get crazier here, you can, it's going to be opposite arm and leg. So as your left leg floats up, the right arm goes back by your ear, and then they lower back down. And then the same thing. Left arm back by the ear, right arm comes up. And return to the beginning. Again, left leg up, right arm back. And return. And again, right leg up, left arm back. And up. You can just keep your arms to the ceiling if it's easier. Either way, you're going to get work out of it. We'll do one more. And then I'll make it harder. Lower your arms easy. So next up, we're going to march in place, essentially. Arms will go straight back up again. We'll just keep them straight for a second. Sink the shoulders into the mat. Draw your stomach in and feel your back anchored into the mat. Float one leg off the mat and hold. As you start to lower that leg, lift the other one. Try to tap the mat and switch. If your back is coming off the mat, keep your legs elevated and switch them in midair instead. Then, if you want more of a challenge, bring both arms back by your ears, and then bring them back up with each switch. Arms go back, arms come up. Again, if it's too much, just keep your arms just pointing to the ceiling. Don't worry about moving them. Find what works for you. No matter what, you're going to feel a challenge and the extra work with those weights. We'll do one more each. And lower down. And we'll go up one more level of difficulty. So again, arms come straight up to the ceiling, anchor the shoulders into the mat, and get them out of your ears. Draw your stomach in, squeeze your butt inner thighs, and float your legs to tabletop and hold. So make sure your legs are at 90 degrees here. They're not all the way into your chest. Your low back is anchored, your pelvis is anchored. Now, I'm going to start to lower the legs down an inch or two, keeping my back on the mat. I bring them back up. I lower down, scoop my belly in, bring them up. Now I can add the arms if I want. Bring the arms back as the legs go down. Bring them back up to the ceiling. Again, arms and legs go out and down. They return. So keep your arms, remember, right in front of your ears. They should not be going all the way to the mat. Shoulder blades are gliding down the back as the arms go back. We'll do 2 more. And 1 more. And we'll lower everything down. And we'll go into the 100. So we're going to put all of this together. These weights will feel pretty heavy by the time we're done with this probably. But arms are going to rest long by your side first. Bring your legs into tabletop. So this is your building block version. If you are newer to Pilates, keep them at tabletop. Curl your head up and look at your belly button. Keep your eyes focused on your belly button the whole time. Arms are long. Now, if you want more of a challenge, you're going to straighten your legs to the ceiling. Otherwise, stay at tabletop. You can lower your legs down to the point where you feel like your back might come on off the mat. That's your stopping point. Start pumping your arms. And like we talked about at the very beginning, feel like you're pumping your arms from your back. They should be straight as arrows, no bends here. And we breathe, inhaling for a count of 5, in 2, 4, 5, and exhaling 2, 3, 4, 5, and in 2, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to pump your arms with my counts, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4 more, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 2 more, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, and last one, in 2, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring everything in and lower down, and we'll set up for the roll up. So on your mat, I'll give you about 3 different variations of this, starting with the beginner version, and you'll pick the one that you can maintain mainly by keeping your legs or your heels on the mat. Let me just check my comments quick. Hey Heidi, good to see you. All right, so knees are bent, heels are pushing into the mat, and your feet are flexed towards your head. Your arms are going to be out at shoulder height. So I'm going to draw my stomach in and curl back like I'm pulling away from a fiery poker. I'm only going to go so far that I can keep those heels anchored. So it depends on your strength here, and then I'm going to pull my belly in and pull myself forward. So again, draw your stomach away from the imaginary poker, get your shoulders out of your ears, open your chest, hold. So try to find that trimmer point with your belly. If you go any further, you feel like you're going to teeter backwards, and pull yourself forward again. Again, curl back, press the heels into the mat, squeeze your butt and inner thighs to help you stabilize, and you hold. Pull your stomach in and come forward. If you were able to keep your heels fairly well anchored there, we're going to roll all the way down to the mat and all the way back up, again, with the goal of keeping the heels down. So let's give it a go. Arms come back out, push the heels down, squeeze your butt, inner thighs, roll down slowly all the way to your mat, low back first, mid, upper, and head, and then bring the arms back by your ears, just like we were doing earlier for that stretch. Arms up to the ceiling. Curl the head in and roll up, rounding over. And we'll do it again. So curl back slow, push the heels into the mat, squeeze your butt, inner thighs to help you. Go down easy, try not to flop. Arms are going to come back by your ears. Arms up to the ceiling. Curl the head in again and roll up. If you're struggling with this and your heels are popping off the mat, maybe you're stuck back here, you can't get up, like you have to hitch yourself up, go back to the first version where you start upright and you only go down so far and come back up, okay? That just is a strength thing, it's a flexibility thing, so it just takes time. We'll do one more like this, so roll all the way down slow and easy. And again, arms will come back by your ears, arms back up to the ceiling. Curl the head in and roll up again. And we'll sit up here to set for the third version of the roll up, the more advanced version. So if you could keep your heels down on both of those, and you could fully roll up on that second one, you're going to straighten your legs on the mat and glue them together. Feet will be flexed towards your head. If you had a hard time keeping the heels down, just do one of those other 2 versions. Arms are going to come out in front of you. Now squeeze your butt, inner thighs. That goes for everybody. Roll down bone by bone to your mat, easy. And then again, bring the arms back by the ears, arms up to the ceiling. Curl your head up. Try to keep your legs on the mat and roll up. And if you teetered, your legs popped up, go back to one of those other two. Again, roll back down slow. Plant your low back. Pull the shoulders back. Plant the mid back, the upper, and the head. Last one. Arms go back by your ears. Arms up, head up. Roll up. Rounding forward. Notice that my belly is lifted up from my thighs. And we'll have everyone now roll all the way down to the mat with control. Slow and easy, bone by bone. And lower your arms. And we're going to set up for single leg circles. So for this one, you're still on your back. Your left leg is pressing down into the mat, and the left foot is flexed towards your head. That's your anchor leg. Arms are straight up to the ceiling, and float your right leg up to about 45 degrees. So anchor the shoulder blades into the mat. Squeeze that walnut between the shoulder blades and maintain that. Your arms stay dead still. Circle the right leg across the body, around, and stop. And keep going. Circle, around, stop. Keep pushing the left leg down into the mat like you're standing on that leg. Keep the shoulder blades pulling down into the mat and together. And draw your navel deeper to your spine. For one more. Reverse it. Out, around, and up. Out, around, and up. Keep it going for 3 more. Check your arms. They should be dead still, not circling with your leg. For 2 more. And 1. And lower that leg long to the mat. We're going to switch legs. So first, anchor the right leg into the mat and flex that right foot towards your head. Float the left leg up. Pull your shoulder blades down into the mat. Get them out of your ears. And circle across your body, around and pause. Circle and pause. Navels to your spine. For 2 more. And 1. And then we'll reverse it. Out, around, and pause. Out, around, and pause. Check your shoulder blades again. Make sure they didn't just go loose. So pull them down and together for 2 more. And 1. And lower that leg long to your mat. And we'll set up for rolling like a ball. Let me just check my comments. Everybody's good. Okay, so for rolling like a ball. If you are newer to this, you're going to put one hand behind each thigh. The weights are kind of secondary to this one. They're not really that important. So if it's weird, you don't have to use them. So otherwise, if you're more advanced, you can grab around your ankles. So whichever works. I'm going to start with around my ankles. So I want my heels together in Pilates stance. I want my head down. And you're going to pull your stomach up and away from your thighs. So if you look at me from the side, I'm in a C curve. I look like a C. I keep my head down. I roll to my shoulder blades. And I come back up. So again, keep looking at your stomach the whole time as you roll back to come up. Another cue I like to use is that you're trying to lift your belt loops to the ceiling to roll back to come up. So again, belt loops to the ceiling and come up. We'll do one more. Roll back, keep your eyes on your belly, come up, and lower your feet down. We'll go into ab series. I'm going to quick adjust my mat. Keeps moving around on me lately. For ab series, if you have neck issues, for the next 5 or 6 exercises, you're probably going to want to keep your head down. So just be careful with that. If it bugs you, just put your head down. Lots of coordination with these. So we're going to do a lot of arms and legs moving in different directions. So don't worry if you feel completely uncoordinated. Just do the best you can. Again, I can't see you, so you're in luck. We're going to lie on our backs for single leg stretch. Your head is curled up. You got your arms long by your side. Your fingers are long. Remember, you're not gripping the weights. Straighten your left leg out and pull your right knee closer to your nose. Now, as you switch legs, bring the arms back by your ears and hold. And now bring them back by your hips, hold. Back to the ears, hold. Back to the hips, hold. Keep going, keeping your eyes on your belly, not the ceiling. Your arms just go to your ears, not past your ears. Your head does not move. It just stays in place while the arms and legs cycle back and forth. For 2 more each. 1 more each. And we lower down to set up for double leg stretch. Again, my head will be up. It is not going to move throughout this exercise. Curl your head up. Arms will go long by your side, kind of like the 100 again. Your arms are going to go to your ears. Legs reach straight out.
And then you just bring it back in. I messed that up. Let me redo that one. Bring everything out. Sweep your arms around to your hips. Pull your knees back in. Reach everything out. Sweep the arms. Pull the knees in. Reach it out. Sweep in. Keep going, keeping the legs together. Eyes on your belly. Your head does not move. Your arms don't go past your ears. For 2 more. 1 more. And we'll lower down to set up for scissors. So with scissors, we want both legs straight, and we want to feel the stretch in the hamstrings. So with this one, arms will go up to the ceiling. Curl your head up. Legs go straight up. So reach as much as you can towards your ankles with your fingertips, and lower one leg down toward the floor. You're going to switch legs, and now you can start moving the arms to the ears, and then toward the ankle, and to the ears, and toward the ankle. So try to reach up higher to your ankle if you can. Try to bring that leg closer to your head. Keep breathing. This one's tough. There's a lot going on. Keep with it. 1 more each. And we'll lower down. Scissors, they are a beast. Let's go into the double leg lower lift. It's a variation of what we did at the beginning. I'll just make it harder. So first, let's go arms by your side, knees come into tabletop, curl your head up. All right, bring your arms back by your ears and hinge at the hips to lower the legs down. Bring the arms back to the hips. Keep your head up. Arms go back, legs lower, arms back to the hips, legs up. Only go so low you can keep your back on the mat, lower, and bring them up. And again, lower, bring them up. For 2 more, lower, and last one. Okay, lower down. If that felt easy enough, so to speak, for you, you can do this with straight legs. Otherwise, just keep it at tabletop. So first, arms by your side, legs come tabletop. Either stay here or straighten them to the ceiling. You can cross your ankles if you have tight hamstrings. Curl your head up. So here we go. As the legs lower, arms go back by the ears. Then they come back by the hips as the legs come up. Arms go back, legs go down. Everything returns. Again, reach it out, pull it in. For 3 more. Keep your back on that mat. Feel your belly pulling the legs up. Do 1 more. And we lower down. And we'll set up for our last exercise in the ab series, which is your crisscross. Watch me in the camera first before you do this one, just so the setup here can be wonky. So bring both knees into my chest, and I'm going to curl up. I'm going to put my right forearm essentially as close as I can to this thigh or this knee. I'm going to straighten out my right leg. And my right shoulder is way off the mat here. I'm going to twist from my waistline and keep my arm close to my knee. So notice I'm not way over here and trying to reach to like the sides of the room like this. All that's going to do is straighten your neck and your shoulders. It's like you're trying to reach forward toward the corners of your room instead. So with that, everyone curl up. Let's all start with the same leg. So both knees will be bent. You're going to bring your right arm toward that left knee or thigh. Straighten your right leg and try to get that right shoulder high off the mat. And now we're going to switch and hold. Get your left shoulder off the mat. Switch and hold. Switch and hold. Move from your waistline. Twist from your waist. Twist. Reach to the corners of the room. Keep going. 1 more each. And lower down. And rest. And you survived your ab series. We're going to set up for spine stretch forward. Let me just check my notes here. Everybody's good. Okay, so with spine stretch forward, your legs will be straight and the width of the mat. If you have tight hamstrings, bend your knees so that you can sit upright, or you can sit in a chair or a stool with your feet on the floor. Next, feet should be flexed towards your head if you're on the mat. You're holding your weights again, and you're going to bring them up to the ceiling. So I want you to feel the posture work with this right away. So try to lift out of your waist, even squeeze your butt a little bit. That'll help you perch up taller. Check your shoulders though. Pull them down out of your ears. Keep the length in the waist. Arms come to shoulder height. Chin to the chest. Your arms stay right by your ears as you kind of slide them forward across an imaginary tabletop and you hold. Stack your back up now. Low back, mid, upper,
Your head comes up, and again, bring the arms up. Get taller in your waist. Draw the shoulders down. Arms come to shoulder height. Chin to the chest. And reach forward. Try to exhale. Keep your feet flexed if you're on the mat. Stack yourself up. Low back, mid, upper, and head. We do one more. Arms up. Lift out of your waist. Tighten your butt. And draw your shoulders down. That should feel like a lot of work alone. And arms come shoulder height. Stay tall in your waist. Chin to the chest. Reach forward. Check to make sure your arms didn't drop down. They're right by your ears. Stack up. Low back stacks. Mid, upper, and head. And lower your arms. We'll go into open leg rocker. You can just set your weights to the side. You won't need them. I'm going to turn toward the camera. Two options. Grab the tops of your ankles if you can. Or if you're tight in the hips, you can grab one hand behind each thigh. Float your feet off the mat and balance. Draw your shoulders back and chest up and pull your stomach in. And try to extend your right leg. And then you bend. And then again on the left. Extend and hold and bend. If you're struggling with this balance-wise, you can keep a toe on the mat and just do your extension like so. Otherwise, keep going. Extend and hold and bend. Draw your stomach in. Keep your chest up, shoulders back. Try not to cave forward like so. We'll do one more. Extend and bend. Now, if you can maintain your balance pretty well, extend both legs and hold. So only so far you can maintain your balance, and then bend it back down. Keep your navel to your spine. Extend again, hold, and bring it in. If you fell backwards, just try to make it a smaller extension so that you can maintain. So we'll do one more. Extend and hold, and bring it back down. And we'll go into corkscrew. Grab your weights again. Lie on your back again. And your knees will come tabletop. Arms are straight up. Fingers are long. Anchor the shoulder blades down. Squeeze the pencil between them. And straighten your legs to the ceiling. Tight hamstrings again. You can cross your ankles. So your arms stay dead still. You're going to draw little circles on the ceiling with your toes. So draw a circle to the right, around, stop. Your low back should be on the mat. Don't go big with this. Reverse it. To the left, around, stop. Again, right, around, stop. Pull your navel to your spine more. Left, around, stop. Squeeze your butt, inner thighs. Right, around, stop. One more. Left, around, stop. And lower everything down. We're going to sit up for saw. So again, legs straight. You can bend your knees with tight hamstrings. You can sit in a chair. Your arms are going to come out to a T. Fingers are long. So sit tall out of your waist. Twist to the right. You're going to reach this left pinky finger toward your right pinky toe and hold. Reach another inch, hold. Reach another inch, hold. Now check your back arm, that right arm. Try to paddle it back more so you feel more work in the shoulder, and make sure you're looking behind you to work the neck mobility. Come back up to center. These weights feel real heavy on this one. Twist to your left. Paddle the left arm back. Look behind you. Reach forward an inch and pause. Reach another inch, pause. Reach another inch, pause. Come back up to center. Twist to the right. Make sure your left butt cheek stays anchored in the mat as you reach. You reach a little more. You reach a little more. You come back up. Make sure you're not bouncing with that reach. So I twist. I'm going to reach and stop. Reach and stop. Reach and stop. Come back up. We'll do one more each. Twisting. Reach and stop. Reach and stop. Reach and stop. Come back up for one last one. Twist. And push that arm back. Look behind you. Reach. 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 And come back up. And lower your arms. Next up is swan. So you're going to put your weights at the end of the mat and lie on your stomach. Just watch me do the first one because it can be kind of a weird setup. If you have shoulder issues with this one, don't do it. If you feel a pinch in your low back, you're likely coming up too high or you're not engaging your core. So even it out a little bit with that. I'm going to, hopefully you can see, yep. I'm going to rest my wrists on top of the weights. My head will be down. So just watch this first one. My heels are together behind me. I'm pushing my hip bones down to engage my butt and lift my belly. Now, I'm going to push an imaginary marble with my nose and lift my eyes, my head, my breastbone. And as I come up, I roll my shoulders down my back. the weights roll back with me, and then I push it back out. So as my shoulder blades pull to my back pockets, the weights come with me. That's the key with this one. So let's do it together. Head is down, heels are tight. Push your hip bones into the mat to lift your belly button and tighten your butt. Again, push the marble with your nose. Eyes lift, your head lifts, your breastbone lifts. Draw your shoulder blades to your back pockets. Come up, pull your stomach up more, pull your ribs up away from the mat, and roll it back out. And this is where, like I said, if you're feeling a pinch in your low back, don't come up so high, and or make sure you're pulling your belly button up to your spine. Again, push your marble to come up. Draw the shoulder blades back to come up, and push it back out. One more. Push the marble to come up. Pull the shoulder blades back. Open your chest. Pull your stomach up away from the mat. Roll it back out. All right, push back onto your knees for rest position. So I'm going to round my back and lift my stomach and ribs off of my thighs. So I'm not laying down on my thighs. This is an active rest with my core engaged and a stretch in my back. We're a bit over halfway at this point. We're going to go into shoulder bridge. So you're going to lie on your back, knees bent, feet about hip width apart. Your arms are just going to rest by your sides, and I want you to just place your fingertips on the weights. With this, I'm going to start to peel my tailbone off the mat, and my low back, and my mid, coming up into a bridge. Then I want you to feel like you're trying to press the weights away with your fingertips and draw your shoulder blades down into the mat and together. You should feel your chest open, shoulders are out of your ears. Roll your back down, upper back first, mid, low, and tailbone. So a lot is going on with this exercise. It's glute strengthening, it's hamstring strengthening, it's a thigh stretch, and a back stretch, as well as us trying to really anchor the shoulders and keep the chest open. So you're basically covering all of your bases with this one. So again, first, just start with the peeling of the spine off the mat. Squeeze your butt, lift your tailbone, peel your low back off, your mid back, your upper back. Squeeze your butt more at the top. Again, try to press the weights away. It's very subtle, but you should barely have, like, your middle finger or fingertip is barely touching that weight. Shoulder blades are pushing into the mat. Your chest is open. And roll down upper back, mid, low, and tail. We'll do one more. So again, peeling off easy. Try not to come up in a big chunk. Slowly peel your spine off. Tilt your chin up to the ceiling a little bit more so that you have space in the front of your neck. You're not giving yourself a triple chin. Push the weights away gently. Pull the shoulder blades down and together and roll out. Upper back, mid, low, and tail. All right, we'll move on to side kick series. You will not need your weights for this, so you can set them off to the side. You're going to lie on one side, I don't care which. Just line your torso and your butt up against the back edge of the mat. Your arm can be long with your head down if you have neck issues, or it can be propped up. Your feet will be at the front of the mat like you're in a pike. Push your bottom leg down into the mat, and your top leg is going to lift up about an inch. I kind of lied about the weights. You can use this because I want you to feel like you're trying to lift your bottom rib off the mat. So if it helps for you to have something under that rib so that you can feel that you're not sinking back down into the mat, well, that'll do it, because it does not feel good to fall down on that weight. Hand will be down in front. Okay, now I'm going to kick the top leg forward and push it back. I kick forward with a straight leg. I keep it straight, push back. My torso is not moving. So I'm only kicking back so far that I can maintain my still torso. Forward to push back. Now check your bottom rib. You're pulling that up to engage your oblique versus trying to hang down and just sink into the mat and hang out here. So pull it up as hard as it is. I know. It gets easier, sort of. And bring the legs together for up, down. So get that rib up, kick that leg up, pull it down. Point your foot like a ballerina, kick up, flex, pull down. Point up, flex down for two more. As you're pulling the leg down, try to lift the ribs up more. It actually kind of helps. For one more, up, pull down. 4 circles. So point the top foot, Make sure your top knee is pointing to the ceiling and not to the front of the room. And draw little circles. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, reverse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and inner thigh lift. 2 options. If you are flexible enough in the hips to bring the leg up and bring your foot to the mat, great. If you are not, that is okay. Just lie your knee on the mat, and you could even, like if you have a yoga block or a pillow or something, you can put it under the knee to prop it up a little bit. Sometimes that feels better. I gotta take this weight out. It's jabbing me in the rib. Then I'm gonna bring this bottom leg back to the back of the mat and flex my bottom foot. Float the bottom leg off the mat and lower, hover it off the mat. Lift and hold, lower and hover. So the inner thigh is where you should feel the work on this to lift and lower the leg. Your ankle is dead still, so you're not giving me the busy ankle down there. It's quiet. Now lift the leg, draw big circles. 5, slow and controlled. 4, use the inner thigh. 3, 2, and 1, and then we reverse it. 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. And bring that leg back out on top. So we're going to move on and just do a quick transitional exercise called beats on belly. We're going to set it up much like swan. So if you can grab your weights, you'll just put them down like you did for swan. You're on your stomach. Your wrists are going to rest on the weights. Head is down. So push your marble again with your nose and come up. Draw the shoulders back. Pull the weights towards you. And hold. Make sure your navel's to your spine. Now, we're going to float the legs an inch off the mat. Open and close and beat your heels together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll everything back out and down to the mat. And we'll flip to your opposite side to do your other side for side kick series. So again, weights can go away, or you can keep the one to put under your ribs, as long as it's not poking you in said rib. You're going to lie down, lining up against the back edge of the mat, feet to the front. Okay. And I'm going to pull again that bottom rib up off the mat, so I'm into my obliques, so I'm not just flat on the mat. Top knee points to the ceiling. Bottom leg pushes into the mat. It's allowed to set up. Kick forward, and then press back with the leg. Kick forward, push back from your butt. So if I had that couch right behind me and I was pushing into it, I would want to feel like I'm trying to push the couch away with my butt. So I push it away, forward, push it back. And one more. Push, bring it together for up, down. So keep the knee pointing to the ceiling to open up the hip. Kick up, flex, pull down. Kick up. As you pull down, try to lift that rib and the oblique higher off the mat. For 2 more. Up. And 1 more. 4 circles. Knee still points to the ceiling. Draw little circles. It's like you're trying to strike your heel like a match. For 4, 3, 2, reverse it. 8, 7, keep it small. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and inner thigh lift. Again, leg can come up and foot will come to the mat, or rest your knee on the mat. Bottom leg goes to the back of the mat. Foot is flexed, and I want you to feel like you're trying to grow this bottom leg longer, like you're trying to push energy out of that heel. That will engage your inner thigh more. Float the leg up and lower. And again, lift and hold and lower and hover. So try not to drop the leg just on the mat after each one. Keep tension. For 2 more, lift and lower. 1 more, lift, and then draw big circles for 5, 4, 3, 2, and reverse it. Slow and controlled. 5, 4, keep your ankles still. 3, 2, and 1, and bring this leg back out on top. And we'll sit up for teasers. For those of you that are newer to this, teasers are the hardest exercise in Pilates. I'm going to take you through 3 variations. One of them will be a little different today for those of you who've been doing this with me for a while. So you are going to start with the beginner version. Heels pushing into the mat, feet flexed, and draw your inner thighs together. Your arms will be higher than shoulder height, so kind of right below your ears. Draw your stomach in, and much like we did earlier in the workout, curl back just enough that you can keep the heels down and draw your stomach in more. Hold. Then you're gonna lift up out of your waist like you're reaching for a $100 bill. So again, curl back, keep the heels down, find that trimmer point in your stomach, and then lift up tall. We'll do one more. Curl back, keep the heels down, just stop where you feel that trimmer, and lift up. Okay, next up, we're gonna try a different version of this. I'm gonna have you straighten your legs on the mat. This time, your legs will stay down, and if you have trouble with that, go back to the other one. So you just kind of play around with this. Since I can't see you, it's a little challenging. Arms are gonna come out shoulder height. So roll down to the mat all the way, bone by bone. It's the coming up that's gonna be the challenge here, most likely. So keep your legs down on the mat, curl your chin in, inhale, and teaser up, lift up. Roll back down, keep your legs anchored in the mat. If they're teetering upwards, then go back to the bent knee version. We'll do it again, chin to the chest, squeeze your butt and inner thighs to keep the legs down, teaser up, lift up. Roll down slow. Looks like you're resisting yourself down to the mat. Low back's gotta go first, then the mid, and then the upper. Last one, chin to the chest, breathe. Inhale to come up, lift up out of your waist, exhale, roll it down. All right, if you could do that version with your legs down on the mat, they weren't popping up, then you can try to graduate here to this ideal version. If not, stick with that one or stick with the bent knee version. So the ideal teaser, your arms will go straight up to the ceiling, knees at tabletop. Straighten the legs out to 45 degrees. Curl your head in. Hold your legs steady as you can. Inhale, teaser up. Now try to bring your arms up by your ears, lift out of your waist more. Bring them to your ankles again, roll back down. All right, again, chin to the chest. Inhale, come up. Lift out of your waist, try to bring the arms by your ears to get you more lift. Lower the arms toward your ankles, roll it back out. Last one, chin to the chest. Roll it up. Squeeze your butt, inner thighs tighter, lift out of your waist more. Oh my God, this makes you shake. And roll it back down and bring it back in. And we'll sit up to set up for swimming. So we have swimming, we've got a plank, a mermaid, and a seal coming up. That's it. So put your weights at the end of the mat. Turn onto your stomach. Your wrists, again, are going to rest on the weights, just like we did for swan. Yep. Okay, then I'm going to gaze out over the horizon, and I'm going to pull my shoulders toward my back pockets and come up into that swan position. If this bugs your back, just lay your head down on the mat and don't worry about it. Now float one leg off the mat and hold, and then switch. So only lifting a couple, 3 inches off the mat. I'm not coming up super high. I'm not rocking back and forth. I'm isolating the leg, and I'm lifting from my butt. So I'm initiating the movement from my glute. The longer you reach that leg toward the wall behind you, the more you'll feel your glute engage. Oh, and don't forget your stomach while you're at it. Pull your belly button in. And then we'll lower everything down, roll it out long. You can set the weights off, and we'll work on our plank. If you are not a plank person, that's okay. We're not going to hold this for excessive amounts of time. Just sit it out. If you have shoulder issues, wrist issues, don't do it. To make it easy for everyone to set up, we'll go tabletop position here. So wrists right underneath my shoulders, knees essentially underneath my hips. You're going to straighten your right leg back on the mat, and you're up on your toes. Now squeeze your butt and pull your stomach in. Bring the left leg back to meet it. Heels should be together in your Pilates stance. You're going to gaze over the horizon. Pull your shoulders back and chest forward so you flatten out your upper back. You're not rounded. Pull your stomach in. Tighten your butt and your thighs more. We hold for 3, for 2, for 1. Come down to your knees easy. We'll go into mermaid. So we just have mermaid and seal left. You can, if you can, sit with your hips like so, then great. If your hips are too tight for this, you can sit on a chair or a stool with your feet on the floor or on the couch. Mirror me and bring one arm up by your ear, and you can either grab the ankle. If you're sitting somewhere else, just bring the arm by your side. You're going to side bend over, inhaling, come to a T tall. And then this forearm will go down to the mat, and you side bend over. You come up to a T.
So again, we go over, arm is straight by your ear, no bendy ballerina arms, come up. And again, arm is straight and glued to my ear to get the most stretch and reach, and I come up. Now, we'll switch. So stay facing me, just swing the legs around. Again, glue this arm straight by your ear, either grab your ankle or just let the arm dangle by your side bend over, and come to your T. And again, over. Press that hip long so you feel that stretch. The whole point of this is to try to get as much stretch down that side as you can, and you come back up. And we'll do one more each, over. Come to your T tall. And last one, over, push the hip long, reach the arm long, come back up, and lower your arms. To end, we're going to go with seal. So I call seal rolling like a ball on steroids. It's an advanced rolling exercise. If you have been struggling with this, or you try it and you're like, what in the world? You can go back to your rolling like a ball that we did at the beginning, which was either hands behind each thigh or around your ankle. You look down and you roll back. So that's your building block exercise. If you want more challenge and you want to master this crazy seal, you are going to make prayer hands. Guide your hands through and around your ankles. Toes are together, heels are separated on this one. If you cannot get in this position because of your hips, you can grab on top of your ankles. Now, it is a hip opener, so part of this is to help you open the hips. So if you watch me here, I'm not going to just like tap my toes and my ankles like so. I'm going to open from my hips like Jaws and tap my toes. So we do that for 3. Go 1, 2, 3. Do that again. So again, feel it's like your hips are pulling the legs apart, not an ankle thing here. So go for 3, 2, 1. This is way easier. One more. 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to turn back this way, and we're going to roll. The key with this, keep your head down and eyes focused on your belly. If you pop your head back to roll, such as this, if I look up and go back, I flatten my back out, and then I'm just stuck. So it's not a good look, and it doesn't feel good. So you've got to stay in your C curve and stay looking down. And then secondly, the cue that tends to work for people, again, is lifting your belt loops to the ceiling to roll. You've really got to get your hips off that mat to get enough momentum to get back up. So if I just roll to like here, I barely got my hips off the mat, ooh, I'm stuck, it's no good. But if I try to lift my belt loops to the ceiling, so watch here, 1, 2, 3, lift them up and come back up, then that will help me roll better. So keep those things in mind. This is just a really complicated exercise, but let's do it together. For 3 taps here, 1, 2, 3. Keep looking down. Lift your belt loops to the ceiling, roll, and come back up. And we do it again. 3, 2, 1. Lift the belt loops to the ceiling. Eyes stay focused on your belly or your pubic bone as you roll. Again, 3, 2, 1 to roll. And on this next one, if you're feeling ambitious, you can tap at the top. So we add 3 taps at the top, because why not? So we go 3, 2, 1. We roll. You tap 3, 2, 1, you come up. Hence why you've got to get your hips up high to give you enough time to tap at the top. For 3, 2, 1, and that is enough rolling for the day. Let's end here with our roll down that we did at the beginning. So if you can stand up on your mats, great. We're going to stand in Pilates stance. Again, I'm going to come a little closer. Heels together, toes about a fist width apart. You can hold your weights if you want, you don't have to. So tighten your butt and inner thighs, scoop your belly in and up, and bring your arms out and up. Get your shoulders out of your ears, roll down with control, keeping the belly to the spine, your butt tucks under, and hopefully you are a lot lower to the mat like I am. And draw your stomach in, roll yourself back up, get those shoulders down, and hold here at the top. So draw your shoulders into your back pockets, push the top of the head up to the ceiling, and press your heels down through the floor so you feel like you're being pulled 2 ways and getting stretched longer. Press your arms down, and I hope you feel at least a ½ inch taller than you did when you started. Thank you guys again for joining me every day. Big virtual hugs to everybody. I hope you're all safe and well, and I'll see you hopefully at 4 o'clock Central Time tomorrow. Take care.